Hello students, good morning. Welcome to our third video. Let us see the fifth characteristic of living thing is responsiveness to stimuli and their movement. All living things respond to the activity that occurs in their surroundings. This ability to respond to a stimulus is called responsiveness to stimuli. Let us understand with the help of some examples. When your mother is calling to you and at that time you are giving response to your mother that I am coming mama, like that way. In this example, when your mother calling you, that one is stimulus and you are giving response to your mother, that is responsiveness. Now let us see another example. If you suddenly enter in a cow shed, then cows stand up and they are begin to move. Next example is a potted plant placed in a window grows towards sunlight. It means that plant shows movement. Sometimes in our garden there is touch me not plant, and when we touch that plant, then that plant's leaves contracted. That one also example of responsiveness to stimulus. So all the living things respond to the activity that occurs in their near surroundings. This ability to respond to stimulus is called responsiveness. I repeat again, all the living things respond to the activity that occurs in their near surroundings. This ability to respond to a stimulus is called responsiveness. Living things move of their own accord. Means we are seeing movement in the living things. Animals can change their place at the time of movement, but plants cannot. However, they also show movement in the form of responsiveness to various stimulus. And responsiveness to stimuli is a characteristic of living thing. Now next characteristic is reproduction. In the process of reproduction, the living things gives rise to the young one of its own kind. Some animals give birth to their young ones, while some animals lay the eggs from which the young ones hatch out. For example, hen lays eggs and then hen hatch out its eggs and then that chickens come out from that eggs. And some animals give birth to their young ones. For example, human being gives direct birth to their child. Then horse, a mare gives direct birth to their foal. Plants also reproduce through the seeds or the parts of the stem. See the figure 2.11. In this figure, what we have to learn that a bird, in that first that we have to see a bird and its eggs. then Bryophyllum, then a mare and her foal, then rose cutting. When we are planting a rose cutting, then we are getting a new plant of rose. So it is also one of the important characteristic of living things. Next one is a definite lifespan. Every living thing has a fixed lifespan. Life comes to an end with death when organ becomes weak. Every plants and animals has different lifespan. For example, dog's lifespan is 12 to 18 years. Ostrich lifespan is 50 years. Giant turtle on the Galapagos Island lifespan is 170 years. For example, plant, that jawar plant have lifespan is 1 year. It is also important characteristic of living things. Next characteristic is cellular structure. All living things are made up of cells. See the figure 2.13, a wall and a honeycomb. The honeycomb is formed of a small cells. Wall is made up of bricks which are firmly joined together. So all living things are made up of cells. Living things are made up of small units, and that is nothing but cells. The presence of cells in the living things are classified into two types: unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Unicellular organism. The living thing made up of single cell are called unicellular organism. For example, amoeba, paramecium, bacteria are the unicellular organism. Why they are called unicellular organism? Because in their body only single cell present. That's why they are called unicellular organism. Multicellular organism. These organisms are made up of many cells. For example, man, cockroach, mouse, banyan tree. Number of cells may vary in different organisms, and all the living things show cellular structure like a honeycomb or a wall. The survey work and the conservation of different plants and animals for the entire Indian region is done by Botanical Survey of India in year 1890 and Zoological Survey of India in year 1961 respectively. Now let us see some useful living things. We get food from plants, fruits, vegetables, grains, green leafy vegetables are obtained from different types of plants. Some plants are used as a medicine. For example, vasaka. Vasaka means in Marathi what we called it adulsa. It is used in cough syrup. Tulsi. Tulsi is also used in cough syrup. Hirda, beheda. That one also used in Ayurvedic product. Asparagus. Asparagus means what? Shatavari kalp. It is used in brain tonic. Then see about that useful animals. Some animals are domesticated. For example, cow, buffalo. Some are used as a pets. Which animals are used as a pets? Dogs, cats, sparrows, doves. They are used as a pets. Animals such as camel, horse, oxen are used as a means of transport. Fish, sheep, goats are used as a food. These animals are useful in a occupation. Occupation means what? That horse or oxen are used in a farming. Then hen is used in a poultry. Earthworm is useful for agriculture. With the help of earthworm, that fertilizer is made and it is useful for farmers. Then let us see about harmful living things. Some plants and animals are harmful to the human being. For example, harmful animals, mosquito and flies. We already known about that. It spread different kinds of diseases. Then lice and ticks. It produce that skin diseases. Then cockroaches, mice and rats. It destroy the foods. Poisonous snakes and scorpions. It causes death. Then harmful plants, dodder. Then pods of nettle. It produce itching to the body. Then colocasia leaves. It also produce itching. Oleander, lantana. It has strong odor. Uncontrolled growth of algae. It also makes pollution of water. Then see the wild animals. Wild animals that hunt other animals for feeding are called predators. For example, lion, tiger, leopard are the predators. Due to the deforestation, that animals came into cities or villages. National Geographic and Discovery are the television channels that gives detailed information about the animals and plants. Plants and animals are our natural resources. We should protect and conserve them carefully. Thank you.